Can I have the floor for 5 minutes? I'm not gonna hold it.
5 minutes, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not gonna hold the floor no longer than this.
That's like an attorney.
If you're going to make your
I just got through talking for 10 seconds.
Should hit the face.
I just was talking.
You do both,
All right,
like,
for Roland's entertainment, it's really not entertaining.
No, I'm not trying. No, Marcia, see, y'all haven't heard me out.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, Mon. No, I'm not trying to be entertaining or trying to be a troll. Come on, y'all see me on here since season 1. But it's just like if people are going to talk some stuff in the chat, come off the chat and say it. Don't be a weasel and go behind the mics and say it. That's all I was just saying. I'm talking to somebody else. Now, I'll let all y'all good people up here and say stuff. Even the moderator, the man who made the room, let me talk and say stuff. And I thank you, Pepe, for that. I just wanted to just put it out there because I'm gonna be out. I don't want to hold y'all people's time. I just wanted to let you know, Miss what's your name? Professor, whatever you think you call yourself, you need a better picture and some deep condition and leave-in condition on that fucked up head of yours. That's all. Y'all got it.
All right.
You want with the bull, you get the horns. I don't really say too much on this app or start trouble, but if people come for me, I show you what it's like. You can ask anybody I follow how I am. That's all.
I don't think the professor has ever dealt with a black woman like you. So
she fucked around and found out. Like I said, I don't come on here and start trouble. I don't troll. I don't say ridiculous things. I like to come on and go in rooms and talk about the topic, but if I see something, I'm going to talk about it. So you can call me as many ugly as you want. I could come off the face thing and I still look beautiful.
All right.
That's all. I ain't got no more to say. I'm not going to hold up y'all room. I'm not going to ruffle no more feathers. Thank you, Pepe.
Donna, if you want to run the professor.
Okay, hold on.
I'll leave.
Stop. So regarding the topic we were at, I think somebody was saying something inevitable, and I'm guessing you're talking about human migrations, which yes, like all the French and the Germans didn't exist, 500 years ago. It's like, or even 1500 years ago. It's like a mix of different peoples that have been mixing for thousands of years. I'm not like naive, and of course, travel is done. It would have taken thousands of years for people to maybe migrate from, from Alaska to, the tip of South America. You can literally do it in under a day. So there's a lot of changes, but
reality is white people, or whatever you want to call white people, which are just Western European people trying to take credit for, civilizations as like the Romans or Greeks.
No, it's not that I want to take credit for it.
I'm just saying in general, not
let me
targeting
have
you
this.
specifically. Mediterranean
what?
Civilizations and accomplishments. But regardless,
you don't think that Western civilization acknowledged Eastern
before you get offended, Buttercup.
Wait, are you riding the coattails of Jews,
Mikhail?
Mikhail?
I'm just curious.
Oh, you're the one running the coattails of Semites. Anyways.
No, Jews, specifically.
God damn it, Rich. Let fucking, let Mikhail finish and then Marshall can go.
You're not a Semite, man. It's okay. No, calm down. The problem is that these societies are just not having the proper birth rates. It just fundamentally comes down to that. There's no really escaping this reality. If you want a prospering, growing society into the future, you're going to have to rely on immigration if it's not going to be, family growth or the amount of children a white family is willing to have. So, that's just the cold hard facts. And you're not, usually with immigrants, you're not going to be, this isn't going to your local market. Who I want to come, who's available to be a migrant and just leave their homeland and come and go through, discrimination and rising against a glass ceiling. Like, who wants to do that? So the reason they're coming from specific regions of the world is because, it's not a privilege, man.
And we should only let the Christians in.
I'm confused. What's not?
Yeah, because the Christians are just can't wait to go to
We should bring in all the Spanish people and stuff like that who want to come in legally. We'll bring them in if they're Christians, and we won't bring in the Muslims because we don't want
All
terrorists.
right, Rich. All right, we're not. I'm not doing that.
Pepe.
Yeah, just I mean, this is why one can't really take white, I don't know, political thought, if you want to call it that, seriously, because it's just always saturated with these dum dums.
What is
Pepe,
white?
you want more Mikhails in the country?
Hold on.
I'm asking a question.
What is
No,
white
let Marshall
political
go.
thought?
What, Marshall?
Yeah, it's just another pseudo identity that
I was
claims
asking,
to have
what is white political thought? I don't know what that is. Can you tell me?
political thought that is based around white identity and the concept of a white race, and that the West represents some sort of white civilization.
Oh,
Sounds pretty
you're
nice.
talking about Rudyard Kipling's White Man's Burden.
Arianism,
Yeah, dude, that's terrible. They're like,
Neo-Aryan. Anyway,
Yeah, but Marshall, do you honestly want more Mikhails in the country? He says that ISIS are freedom fighters.
I would prefer anybody who wants to be a U.S. citizen and pass the citizenship test.
When
That's
white
what I
people,
Even
when
if
white
they
people,
think that ISIS are terrorists, freedom fighters.
when white people cosplay as
Yeah, dude, they're
Aryan,
allowed.
yeah,
They're
so
allowed. They're
pathetic.
That was a Freudian
Hold on,
slip.
guys.
Rich
Wait,
is
let
such a
Mark
clown.
over.
Go ahead.
when white people cosplay as Aryans, is that the same thing as black people cosplaying as Israelites?
Yeah, similar.
I would say
I-
that, like,
Love that. I'll tell you, the original Aryans were north of India, right? They found some remnants of a civilization, but they haven't found the houses or like business districts or anything like that. And they were all like northern Indian and shit.
Yeah, I think a
are
German,
part of.
a German woman did a
It's called
documentary.
Aryan replacement theory.
She actually went to a tribe in the Middle East that still housed Aryans, dark-skinned Middle Eastern people, and they laughed. She was like, "Do you know that there are people in Germany that are cosplaying as you?" And they laughed.
But I thought that there's three main migrations into Europe, and so you had what would have been people that largely came from the northern India, then you had from the Caspian, like the steppe area, and then you had like the Anatolian, what was it, herders or some shit, and that's what contemporary Europeans are comprised of, those three waves of migration into Europe. But I mean, I think, to be honest, though, when people say Aryan, I think it's more like the esoteric racial shit that the Nazis believed
That
in.
Goebbels and Himmler thought up. They worked in unison for that crazy shit, right?
I mean, I don't look at Europeans. I look at Europeans like as one, or like whites, which I consider white people from Europe. I consider them one, as in compared to the rest of the world, they're most like each other and they come from a similar region, much like East Asia. I mean, Cambodians don't look like Chinese people, and they don't look like people that are Thai and so forth, but they obviously are more similar all to each other, but there's obvious real differences. Like, I don't think like all white people are even remotely the same. I mean, culturally, phenotypically, and even like their history can be so much different from each other's.
Aryan, Northern, Western, European, that's non-Slavic. Right.
But even
Other
then,
way of
if you
saying
look
it.
at like Northern Europe, Scandinavians are still like different on average,
I'm gonna
and
restart this
compare.
room.
I mean, they're still quite a bit
Increase the
different from
pressure on
even
Pepe.
people from the UK. Like I don't know. I almost kind of put Scandinavian people in their own box.
Okay, this room is called Mass Reporting Pepe.
I mean, it is cringe. I think like if you're to be like a short, squat little Southern Italian and you have like fucking white pride with a I don't know, a Viking's head tattoo. It's like, dude, that's not your people.
You never know with the Italians. I mean,
I understand they're mixed.
half of them are like from Norway, anyway.
No, not half of them. So they have a tiny bit though.
Hello.
But still, I mean, I still let it stand. Like, I think it's completely natural for people to be. I think this multiculturalism stuff. The reason I'm so against it is because you basically inviting in multiculturalism means erasure of your culture. There's no way you can avoid that. Now you become a mishmash of what the fuck ever. A bunch of competing identities and ideologies.
How does that mean erasure, though?
Sure.
How does conjoining mean erasure? That is some self-centered, weird-ass shit to say.
Okay,
Inviting
sure.
other cultures mean erasure of yours, or not?
Yes.
Yours is no longer centered. Which one is?
Well, ours should be centered
But
if it's
it
our
should not.
country.
This is not your country.
Why shouldn't
though.
it be?
You are not American. You are European.
What are you?
No, let's say you're the one worried.
By the way,
You're the one worried.
just
I'm
so you
American.
know,
I was bringing up Europe earlier.
family is part India, which makes you
No,
American.
Marshall, Patrick, the star. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Pepe.
Okay, but when it comes to so I was
How do
talking
you come to a
specifically about
country?
Europe.
Hold on.
Shut your fucking mouth and let me
no,
answer the question.
Jersey
You
shit.
asked me a fucking question. You asked me a question, and I'm trying to answer, and then you interrupt me while I'm answering. So how? Okay, so I would say the people of Europe, the old world countries. Look at Africa. Look at Europe. Look at Asia. I would say those are largely consist of states that were formed around ethnic groups.
How is America your country?
Amazing, but you're not.
I'm just asking you a
let me
question,
finish
Pepe.
answering.
We
You
can
didn't
go
know.
into
No,
insults
you're
to
answering.
distract.
You're asking me a question while I'm
We can
answering
go into
another question.
insults to distract.
I'm answering a question that you
How
asked.
is America your country?
Let me finish my original question. Now, when it comes to these countries, okay, let's say Germany,
Let's say
ethnically
America.
German. Shut the fuck up and
Let's
let me
say
finish
America. Let's
answering.
stick to America.
Shut up, dude. If you're just gonna ask questions while I'm already answering a question, I'm just gonna kick you.
I don't give a fuck, Pepe.
You're being obnoxious.
How is America your country?
You let me answer the original question
Let him
first.
answer. Let him answer. Let him answer.
So, yes, I think the Germans should absolutely, just like the Japanese, just like Nigerians, they should center themselves in their own land of origin. Abso-fucking-lutely. They should not allow it to be Arabized, Anglicized, any of that shit. They should keep it for themselves. That is perfectly reasonable. Now, can you tell me how what I said was wrong?
Once again, how is America your country?
I was born here. My parents were born here. Amazing.
That's all you got?
It's also a new world country.
Okay, so how many other people were born here that's different cultures than yours, and you
Mhm.
think that what you started your statement off with, bringing in other cultures of people, will erase yours? How the fuck does that happen? Why would you be erased?
Yes.
You would no longer
Yeah.
be centered, but why would you be erased?
I just gave you a
You
prime
would not be
example.
erased, though.
I just gave you a prime example. Do you think Nigeria should allow themselves to be anglicized
This
or
is not
Arabized?
Europe, though. We're
I'm talking about
America.
multicultural. No,
Okay, but you're
I was
asking
talking about the West in
Nigeria,
general.
What is a prominently African country?
Yes.
This is America. It's all
Okay, and what about Europe?
It was a
That's
mixing pot.
predominantly
It was
white.
a mixing pot before you got here.
A mixing
You
pot
are
of white.
America was
A mixing pot of what?
before you got here.
A mixing pot of what?
You came here and you're demanding.
Okay,
for
a mixing
pot
A
of
mixing pot
You're
of what?
demanding for America to not be more.
Okay, you're not answering.
question.
The question was a mixing pot
You
of
have
what?
a problem with America being multicultural.
How long do we need?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you have a problem.
Okay, I'm trying to. Jazzy.
You can go to Europe
Okay, look.
where
You're-
it's prominently black.
Okay,
If you have a
listen.
problem with
Okay, listen.
multicultural,
Listen.
go to Europe.
This is why black women have such a bad reputation. This is so bad.
That's not going to
Well, it's true. Who's the one woman that came off her mic and she's being belligerent? It's literally you. It's a bad look. Shut up. So
Actual white male. fragile.
Okay.
Let him finish for the love of all that is holy.
Shut up, Patrick.
It doesn't work. If you want to talk to him, have a conversation.
She's an angry black woman. What do you expect?
No. That's my point. If what you want to do is yell, then yell. If what you want is a catharsis, yell and get the catharsis out because we don't
I just
fucking
want to
need
mention
it.
that I'm.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
if you
Rich, we
like
don't
to have
need
a
you
conversation,
ankle biting.
let's have the conversation. It's not that fucking
No, I
hard.
kind of like being the angry black woman.
We know,
All right.
bitch. We know.
Yeah, I like that.
Your own
I like
So Jasmine,
doesn't help any
I like it.
conversation we're trying to have.
all right, so
He asked you a critical question. What multiculturalism? What are you talking about? Define it so we're all on the same page.
What? Hold on.
when she said melting pot, I asked her which melting pot.
Melting
It's her
pot.
idea of melting pot.
Hold on. Why would I need to explain?
Okay, because we were a melting
No,
pot,
no.
like you said. We started as a melting pot. No, I have to mute
No.
you because you don't know how to behave. Now we were a melting pot. We were a melting pot. However, if you look at our first Immigration Act of 1790, where our very first Congress, immigration to the United States was limited to free white men of good moral character. It remained that way until 1965. Okay, so that melting pot, okay, where that term was coined, was consisted only of European immigrants. It was that they did not see people from